I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 20.
Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
20.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. At defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, let's see how they handle this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. Well, you practice these situations. It's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic and get you scored on again.
And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Topper! Slam! Hey, Charlie!
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Trubisky will throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out.
First carry for the former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
45 the mark. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
From the 40 now on second down. Newton, that's caught. It's Jarius Wright. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Jarius Wright, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out to his left. That is caught by Cohen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, D.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
First and 10 at the
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Cut.
1st down, a run with Cohen. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
2nd down, here's an option right, and an alley to run. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as the Bears push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there from McCaffrey. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
And a Panther 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Let's go. Great. Now let's get there.
Now Newton on 1st down. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Gano the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Watch the screen.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
McCaffrey. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Newton. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Bears take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
He finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 47 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. A first down carry for Davis. Oh, he sheds himself free, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to take off with it, and he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky with a hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On first down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Well, that was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. They go play action. Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, a run with Cohen. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful, and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 8. Check. Fresno. Rush in.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Check right. 58, boys, 58.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Here's McCaffrey. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
At the 7-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Here's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Newton on third down. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now fourth down coming up. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
58 for Mike, 58.
They snap it to Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well,
he's got daylight past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Newton's pass is on target to Moore, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
20.
From the red zone now, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick six. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You can't block me. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
They go play action with Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On third, here's an option play right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First down and goal to go.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Trubisky lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it. And
maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Whip. Watch the whip. Gun. 8.
Here's Newton. Flush to his right. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Oh, big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does, and now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
Mike 54. Here we go.
Now Trubisky on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Right there, 54 Mike. I know he ain't.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
You got nothing.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, Haywood. Mike 54. I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Wright's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
First down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Push him back. Push him back. Slam, slam, slam. Gun, gun, gun.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2 yards on the play. And the Panthers
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
20.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. A toss here to Scarlett. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Now he's flushed out left. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Gano's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, team 6, team 6.
Mike 54, Mike 55.
Throwing now is Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Trubisky now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo.
Now it's Trubisky. This is Miller, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Blue.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Right there.
Smooth.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Alert.
They'll look to throw.
Here we go.
Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. First throw in overtime for Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Newton's pass. Complete to DJ Moore. A gain on the play. First down, Carolina.
Go.
On first down, it's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Gun.
From the 50, Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Complete to Curtis Samuel. A gain on the play. First down, Panthers.
Great.
Mike, 45. 6 man.
Hey.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. From the red zone now, Newton. Nowhere there to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Gun. Don't be scared of it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Carolina, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams.